Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of the Checkerboard Podcast. Uh, let me just introduce our new co-host here. We got Liam, aka DJ Panda.
How's it going, everybody? The first one never happened. There was no Checkerboard podcast originally.
Yeah,
This is the only one.
this is the only one. On a serious note, before we get into anything, I am just revamping the series. For anyone wondering why, for me personally, I thought it was kind of boring just having me on it, and the first few episodes. Don't get me wrong, I had fun with them, but like there's already two lost episodes of the fucking first Checkerboard podcast. Like, I was supposed to have one with my editor Sean, and then that one got lost, and then the other one technically I could still make. It was me doing an interview with Mitch. He's my dinosaur friend, very cool dude, but unfortunately, I haven't gotten to edit that. So maybe one day I'll put that one out, and you guys can be able to see that. But I don't know, it might be a little bit, but anyway, more importantly, here we are with the new Checkerboard podcast. Like I said, we got Liam as a co-host now, which is fucking awesome. Um, so yeah, I have a bunch of things to talk about with you, Liam, that I've written down here. Like I said, I'm really fucking hyped for this because, like I said, I've been wanting to do this podcast for a while, and I don't know. I haven't been motivated, but now that I have a co-host, I feel a bit more motivated. Not gonna lie.
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how hyped I am as well because this is kind of a self flex, but my job just took up so much of my time and my livelihood for so long, but I'm finally in like an advantageous position with it now. I get to work from home, so like right at 5 o'clock, I just get to clock out, and then we'll just walk over to my PC and just get ready to do this. So I'm hyped as well, man. I've been wanting to do stuff like this for so long, but just life just prevents it from happening. But I'll stop self flexing and we can get into the topics if you're ready then.
Oh, I am more than ready. So, I know what we have on the banner here is Chainsaw Man, and we are gonna get to that. But Liam, me and you, we're both big Dead by Daylight fans. I'm sure you've
Oh
seen the new
no.
chapter, right?
Swagger Soul's Dead by Daylight, dude. It's
Dude,
fucking crazy.
oh my god, yeah, no, what are your thoughts on him? Have you gotten to play him yet?
I haven't gotten to play him because I've been staying in the regular update because I'm currently working on and I'm working on two videos right now. I'm not gonna say one because I'm way too excited about that one to give anything away about it. But if you know what an Iron Man challenge is in a
Uh,
video game?
oh, I do know it. I know what you're gonna say. All right.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing a Dead by Daylight Iron Man challenge, and I'm trying to run through all the killers. Okay, to those of you who don't know what an Iron Man challenge is, essentially, if a competitive game has any sort of like roster where the characters are changeable, normally you would do this with a fighting game, but I figured you could do it with Dead by Daylight, and like, there's no way I'm ever going to do this in Smash Bros. And Smash and Dead by Daylight are like the only two games that I'm somewhat good enough at for me to actually try doing this. So basically, you go through the entire roster and try to win a bunch of games in a row without losing. And I've been trying to do that in Dead by Daylight. I'm up to Ghostface right now. So like
Ooh.
I'm well over half the crew, like half the cast. I think I might actually do it, but I'm not gonna give away any more. If you want to see me actually do it, then you'll have to wait for that. Um, but yeah, so I am just staying in the regular update, and I'm probably gonna wait to drop the video until the killer actually comes out. But from what I've seen, he's really freaking cool. I'm kind of hyped that they like finally took the AI to a whole new level because we kind of saw it a little bit with Nemesis with the zombies, but I knew that they could have done much better than what they have been doing with like what they did with that. Uh, I feel like they should do the same with twins and rework twins to work like that as well, where you can just pop out Victor and have him roam around like by himself, and you can still move around with Charlotte, and then just nerf Victor a little bit. Because right now twins they're just ass. They're so bad. But
Yeah.
the AI direction, I really like what they're doing with the AI. It's really cool. Not to mention like I don't know, my favorite Scooby Doo villain was the Night Dude, so I don't know. I'm kind of vibing with it right now. I'm not gonna lie. What are your thoughts?
I honestly really like it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, see, here's the thing, right? I really love this killer, but and hear me out. Honestly, I feel like this freaking. I feel like this should have been like the concept for the Legion, because like Legion's whole thing is like 4 different people, right? Like they've had the Legion for a while, and I can't express enough on like Twitter or everywhere how much I fucking hate the Legion because I think he's so fucking boring. By the
Oh
way,
yeah.
thank you for the Twitch Prime Gunner. I appreciate it. Um,
Based.
I don't enjoy the Legion's playstyle. It's just boring, mending the game. And even when you're playing Legion, like yeah, don't get me wrong, the fifth hit is pretty satisfying, but like I don't know, it's just annoying to be honest. It's like boring to me. And I know it's not everyone's take, but for me personally, I don't enjoy Legion. And honestly, if it was something like what the Night Killers, I think it'd be just so much like cooler to be honest with you. Just I don't know. I don't like mending the game. Like maybe if you want to give one of them the power, then that's fine. But like I feel like 4 different unique like I don't know how could you say it? Because like the way that it is right now, like you have like the one that's fast, the one that's like fast at like breaking shit, the one that like stays around longer. I forget what the other one is, but anyway, like I just think it's such an amazing concept. I'm glad it's in the game now because it's such a cool thing. Um, but yeah, no, I really love it. The only thing I don't like is I don't like seeing his fucking greasy hair sticking out of the helmet. That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah,
I think that
I'm
shit
I'm
looks
hoping that
gross.
there's some good. I think that there will be some good cosmetics. I mean, the fact that they said it's like a For Honor crossover
Oh,
leads
that's
me
the
to
other
believe.
thing. Sorry to cut you off, but
Oh no, you're good.
apparently
Go ahead.
apparently it's not even a For Honor crossover. Like it's a legit like original chapter. Like apparently the leakers got that wrong.
Didn't they? Didn't like wasn't there a trailer that like said? I mean, I don't know if this is it, but I mean, maybe we're getting something else. Like, I mean, some For Honor cosmetics would be pretty dope. But um, are we not gonna get like For Honor cosmetics or something? Because I could have sworn I saw a trailer that was talking about For Honor X Dead by Daylight.
That's
Or
what
am I?
see. That's what I thought too. I that's why I'm really lost because as far as I'm aware, because I literally was looking everywhere to see if it said For Honor on like the new chapter. But I don't see it anywhere. Like I'm thinking
Yeah,
maybe it's just gonna be a crossover that happens, or like maybe that'll be like the tome that they do with that. But I
yeah,
don't really know to be honest with you how that's gonna work, because it's I don't know because it's just so weird because like the leaker said it like you said I feel like I swear it said like a For Honor chapter with like or like a crossover thing. So
yeah. I mean, even if they like I said, even if they just give us like a For Honor cosmetic for this killer, I'd be fine with that, and I would probably just rock that. And I imagine that this killer is gonna have some really cool cosmetics. I mean, you know what's crazy? I could see them doing like those really old Scooby Doo movies from like the 2000s. I could see them doing a crossover with those movies in Dead by Daylight, and like the Night Killer and Scooby Doo would be so perfect. But like I think they made this killer an original killer just for the cosmetic sake, because that is probably where they make most of their money now. So I feel like they're not going to be doing a lot of like real crossover killers for a while, just because like they can't really do cosmetics, and that's definitely where they make a lot of their money. Like they're probably going to be aiming towards like, dude, like could you imagine if they do like a Chainsaw Man crossover?
that'd be so fucking cool. And I mean technically
Oh,
they could because you know they already did Attack on Titan. And I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Attack on Titan Studio is the same one that's making Chainsaw Man, if I'm right.
yeah. The gaming rights are a little different. Like you have to go to. I don't even know if anyone has their hands on Chainsaw Man yet. I don't even know if there are gaming rights for it. I'm guessing that it would probably go to Bandai Namco if anybody, that's the thing though. Bandai Namco owns the gaming rights to AOT as well. So like, if Bandai Namco gets Chainsaw Man's gaming rights as well, then it's just confirmed. Like they can just do it. Like that's why I know they haven't done anything. Like I know that a lot of people want Hellsing X Dead by Daylight, but I don't think that they have like any they don't have their gaming rights are weird. I don't even think there is a Hellsing game. I don't think Alucard is even in anything. I think he's in Castlevania actually. I don't know. He's weird because like he has like a lot of different rights to his name, but I'm getting besides the point. But I mean, a Chainsaw Man would like crossover would definitely be really cool. But I think that's probably like what Dead by Daylight just cares about more because they definitely made bank off of that AOT crossover.
They definitely did. And that crossover was really cool. I loved they changed the whole lobby. They gave the killers and survivors like new themes for whenever you equip the cosmetics. And I mean the cosmetics are really like good and like they fit the characters. Like I still can't believe to this day that I called Ace on the dot to be fucking Kenny of all characters because I feel like some people who are Attack on Titan fans would probably be like, "Oh, he's gonna be Jean or Jean, however you say his name, sorry." Or like I don't know. Like I'm just really happy they went like to the actual characters and like said, yeah, no, we're doing these really strictly on like the personalities. I mean, with Dwight, I don't know. I still think that Jake would have made a better Aaron, but I get what they were going for.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, the whole Dwight X Aaron thing. I mean, I guess like season one Aaron that kind of made sense because season one Aaron's a bitch too. But oh, dude, I would have killed for a like literally like I don't even like I just want them to do season four Aaron and just make it like a full blown like make it look like him. I know that they weren't trying to do that, but like oh, dude, I love Aaron like Aaron's season four just fit.
Dude, he
Although it would be kind of
drips.
funny seeing like that one like running from like these cringe nene ass killers when he would just kill them, but I don't know. Still, it's just the cosmetic itself would look clean, but yeah, there were some misses in there, but no, the Kenny Ace was like probably the best one, which I say as I don't own it.
It is such a good skin. Also, I think I don't know. Do you want to still keep talking about Dead by Daylight, or do you want to move into Chainsaw Man? Because I know you kind of brought it up there.
I did. That would have been a great transition. We definitely could transition into it. How actually let's kind of bring to the question. Are we aiming for like an hour here or are we aiming for like
We
or is there like a vague just a vague time?
we can go for like an hour, hour and a half.
All right, I'm cool. I'm cool with bringing up Chainsaw Man to be honest, because I've got a lot on my mind when it comes to this. Especially, are we gonna stick to anime only?
Um, I would say we could talk about manga. If you guys are watching only the anime, read the manga because the manga's just literally so
True,
fucking good. But
true, true,
that
man.
this is your warning. Um, if not, then
You,
I,
you know what might be a good idea? Why don't we like take some time at first and we'll just bring up like anime only content. There's not a lot, but like we can like talk as far as we can go and then as soon as we're like okay the excitement manga stuff and then we'll like give a warning then because that way we're not
that's fine.
kicking people out 20 minutes in.
You know what? Fine. Yeah, fair enough. We'll do that.
All right, I think all right, first thing I want to bring up is I am impressed with the CG. I hate CG. It is disgusting, it is gross, and I hate everything about it. Mappa, I don't know how they do it, man. I
Yeah,
just
they do
don't
a
know
really
how they
good
do it.
job.
Like, cause even Attack on Titan CG is like really good, but like I don't know if there's any Berserk fans in chat, but the CG for Berserk makes me like want to die, and it's so bad because Berserk is like by far my favorite manga. Well, not by far, but like by a large margin, it's my favorite manga, and I can't watch that shit. That's so bad. But like, yeah, Chainsaw Man's is phenomenal. I thought it was really, really good through and through, and a lot of the voice acting is really solid as well, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, they got really good voice actors for these characters. I'm pretty sure one of them, I don't remember which one it is, but one of them's voiced by Jolene from JoJo's.
Isn't it? I'm so bad with the names from Chainsaw Man,
It's
but
either Makima or Power. I don't know which one it is.
I thought it was Makima. That's it sounded Jolene's voice sounded really similar to Makima's in my opinion, but honestly it could be both of them. I'm not really too sure. A lot of the female ones, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is gonna be offensive to anybody. That's not the aim here, but like a lot of the female Japanese voice actresses sound really similar to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time. There's like this. Well, I think the big problem is that like I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I've read a lot of manga, and like in One Piece alone, like one voice actress, like one female voice actress, is like half the cast.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I forget which one of like who it is specifically, but like she literally voices I think like Nami, like not Nami and Yamato, but like pretty much like a lot of like the newcomer like female characters that are only in for an arc. She voices like most of them, if not all of them. It's really weird. and I forget if it's Nami, Robin's, or Vivi's, but like one of those three voices like a lot of One Piece's female cast. Um, and then like I don't know, I haven't watched a lot of anime, so like a lot of times when I hear them, I'm like, oh, that's the voice of this person from One Piece, or that's the voice of this person from
Mm.
One Piece.
Oh
So, but
man.
yeah, no, it's pretty crazy, but yeah, no, I like a lot of the voice acting in Chainsaw Man. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna sound really weird because I feel like this is a weird critique, but like I really wish that like the chainsaw noises like were more like I don't know. I wish that they don't sound satisfying to me. That's actually like my one gripe is like I was expecting the chainsaws like when they were in it to like be punching me in the face. Like I was expecting to hear like for it to sound like Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yeah, bro.
every
They
time.
gotta take some notes from Dead by Daylight, bro.
Dude, like facts though, dude. I want to hear like I want them to literally just cut out the Bubba like with the chainsaw in the background and just slap that as a sound effect in Chainsaw Man. That's literally what I wanted to hear.
Dude,
No,
that would literally be so fucking good. No, no. Imagine they do just add the booba sound. I think that'd be pretty funny. Just
dude, that would be god tier, dude. I love Bubba. Not Hillbilly though. Hillbilly's fucking dumb.
dude, even Dead by Daylight doesn't like Hillbilly. They removed him from the loading screen. They said, yeah, no, we'll put
True.
Hag, but not Hillbilly. We don't like him.
I hate both of them. They're both cringe. Put in Ghostface. I know he's not yours, but put him in anyway.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. The other thing I want to talk about with Denji is Denji's like legit. Like, bro's got one of the most tragic backstories, dude. Like, yeah, I mean, sure, you got Tanjiro. Tanjiro's whole family died while he was gone, but you got fucking Denji, dude. Bro's dad like killed himself, right? Or I don't know if I can say it on Twitch, but he game ended himself, right? And literally Denji's like over here like, yeah, no, I got no money, so I gotta sell my nut, I gotta sell my eye, I gotta sell all this shit so I can actually just live. Bro just wants to live a normal life. Like his whole thing is like, yeah, no, I wanna touch booba, but like I mean, realistically, like bro just wants to live normally and just like eat food that's like actual like good food. Like and there's a part I want to talk about later on, but like we'll get to that when we get to it. But like I don't know, I just think Denji is just such a good protagonist. Like I really think Fujimoto wrote him really good.
I 100% agree with that. And the thing is it's so funny to me like taking into consideration that okay, so I have read a lot of different stories and a lot of the MCs like a lot of them also like they have like these like tragic backstories and stuff like that, but then they have a goal to kind of go like not even just beyond like the living standard, but to but to go like like well beyond the living standard. Like everyone wants to like be the Hokage or be the the Pirate King and like be like these incredible crazy people. Ichigo wants to become the Bleach. But um but like Denji having like the goal of just wanting to literally live the life of a normal human being. It's funny to me because a lot of modern like new age except for Deku's goal is fucking trash. Um but like a lot of the new age mangas they have such crazy goals. Like I would put the same thing on JJK that like I love like the end goal of Yuji where it's literally just I'm going to like collect all these fingers and then die. I'm just going to die after that. I have accepted my death. Like we are literally working towards the protagonist's death, but without breaking off too far from Chainsaw Man, it's the same thing. Like I just like it when characters are just like it's a relatable thing. Like a lot of people just want to live a normal life, and it's tragic and it's really good. And it I remember when I bought the first volume of Chainsaw Man. Uh, this was I've been keeping up with it since volume 3. So I've been in the mix of this.
Bro's been invested.
I've been invested for a long time with this manga, and I remember buying the first volume because I was like, you know what, this seems pretty interesting. I think it was actually like around like a year and a half ago or something like that. I don't know, it was a while ago, but like I was literally in the mall, and I was just chilling, just shopping around, and I bought the first volume of it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna read this. So I just sat down in the middle of the mall and just started reading, and I could not put that shit down. And then I bought the other two volumes that were out. Like one thing that's really critical when it comes to writing a series, and this is also going to be kind of like the invitational, like, if you haven't read Chainsaw Man or haven't watched Chainsaw Man, to go out and do so, it really just grabs you, like it grabs you by the face and pulls you in. There's the first couple chapters, and this is also kind of why I would recommend reading it over watching it, is because I think that the anime kind of slowed down the first couple chapters a little bit.
Yeah, it really did.
It felt a lot more mellow at first, which was fine. I think that kind of getting to appreciate, um, like, kind of getting to appreciate what Denji's life is like and how awful it is. I think that that was a good thing to do. But like the first chapter to me when I was reading it, it felt like I was done. Like as soon as it started, in a good way, and it really just shows you how breakneck the pacing is going to be, and it's so good. Like this, it feels like this story never stops, and it feels like the author is always keeping you like in the palm of his hand and always keeping you invested, which is really really difficult to do as somebody who's like aspiring to be a writer as well. Like it, keeping someone's attention, because you may think that you're keeping someone's attention, but a lot of the times you just aren't. And so being able to do that is so valuable, especially with someone. I don't think he actually has written a story before. I think that this is this author's first story, if I'm not
Wait, who?
mistaken.
Fujimoto?
Yeah, am I
No,
crazy?
I'm pretty sure he's written like a few other ones. Like he wrote Fire Punch, if you know that one.
I'm not familiar with Fire Punch. No, that
I,
might be why. I just may not know his older
that
work.
one's apparently really good too, and I kind of want to read that now that I've heard it's like really good. But yeah, no, that he's apparently like really good at making these like uh I don't want to say that 'cause it's kind of a spoiler, but well, I mean, I guess I can say it because I mean the first episode definitely is like he's good at making these really like darker stories and like ones where I don't know, it's not like your typical, how would you say it, like Deku, oh happy, oh everyone's all happy around here, you know.
My Hero is not a happy story. Catch up, nerd. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no, but
But
like,
I get what
well,
you're saying.
well, yeah, but like, you know, I would say this one is like kind of a bit more towards like, I want to say kind of like Attack on Titan. Obviously, it's not the same genre, I would say, but
Yeah, I wouldn't call this a sign in. This is I wouldn't. Well, I don't really know, because Attack on Titan's in a weird middle ground as well. Like this definitely does fit into the same realm. See, that's the crazy thing, is like there's actually a lot of really similar like theming to Berserk. 'Cause that's kind of what Guts's goal. Like Guts doesn't really have like a goal either. His goal is to just kind of to not be faced with shitty circumstances. And I think that a lot of people are just kind of like theming like that, where people just want to live normal lives and don't, like, I don't think a lot of people really have like crazy goals. Like, I don't have a crazy goal. I just kind of want to live my life. So like reading about a person who has like the opposite of a normal life, acquiring a normal life, is really interesting.
it is
And then
pretty interesting.
not to mention too, like, one, the cast is just outstanding. I love there's a lot of really typical, like, you know a lot of shonen and just manga in general have, like, wacky goofy protagonist with edgy straightforward other male guy who doesn't get along, and then like the kind of whimsical female. Like literally it's the exact same between the main three of Chainsaw Man and JJK and My Hero. Like, there's all like the main three characters all have really similar personalities, but one, there is something about it that just works. But two, I do think that I really like the dynamic between Denji and all them. So I love Denji and Power. They are so fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're a W like
They're
duo,
a Oh yeah, they're
but
a
I do
W
not ship
duo.
them. I don't. I say duo, not ship, because
Yeah.
they're more sibling like. They're not love interest. I'm gonna say that right now because I know someone out there is gonna be like, "Oh, I ship Power and Denji." No, bozo, you no, you don't, dude.
I don't that's how you know someone hasn't. If you ship Denji with anyone else besides what we're probably both thinking,
Yeah.
then you're not a knower. You're just not a knower.
Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe it is this. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, which you'll actually like. I'm guessing because we're probably gonna spend the most time talking about the bomb demon arc.
Yep.
And that was a while ago that I read that, so you're gonna have to. I'm gonna let you kind of take the reins, and I'm gonna like as my memory. Like I read that at release, which is like a year ago, like a year or so ago, like probably closer to 8 months. So I'm gonna need a lot of refresher on that one. But when we get to it, like I'm gonna let you kind of take the lead on that one. But as it's coming back to me, I should have actually reread it before today's podcast,
Oh,
but
it's all
it's
right. Don't worry
whatever.
about it. Um,
Um,
where were we at? So in today's story, or like I think it was this week's episode. I guess we can just kind of catch up with like where the anime is at. So, essentially, you know, is like the other thing that's fucked is like the mafia that's like basically I think his like dad was in debt to him.
yeah,
They're like yeah, you ain't off the hook, buddy. Like that's not how it goes. So they eventually just lead him in, and you know him and Pochita have this deal that they're like, yeah, no, um, we're gonna live an awesome life or whatever, or like I want to live like an amazing life, and then he's like, you know, if I die, then take over my body and you have an awesome life, and essentially, you know, since it was like a deal or like a contract they had, Pochita goes and he takes over for him, and or he like takes over his heart. I mean, sorry, and Denji goes and he gets resurrected because I don't know if I mentioned already, but he gets fucking killed by like the zombie devil. I'm pretty sure it's the zombie devil because he took
yeah,
over the mafia, and then he like learns about the ripcord in his chest, and he's like, all right, let's fuck these dudes up. He pulls it. I mean, obviously he probably didn't know what it was at first, but then he finds out and he's like, okay, yeah, these dudes are donezo, and he just fucks them all up. And then after he kills them all, Makima finds him, and she's like, "Oh, you'll be a pretty good pet. I think I'll like you." And so she takes him in, and essentially, if he doesn't do what she wants, then she's just gonna fucking kill him. He's donezo again.
yeah, bitch, real bitch energy.
But he's alright with it because he's getting fed and he's getting to live a somewhat normal life now. So
Yeah, she's still a bitch though. But no, I'm getting. No, I actually enjoyed her at first.
Makima is a
Um,
pretty good character though, written wise.
no, she's a good character. I definitely prefer. Power's probably my favorite female character. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of her personality. She's a wacky little goober.
She is a very interesting character.
Um, but yeah, no. So as for episode one, again, whether you read or watch, very solid, very good stuff. Great final fight scene, I believe. Um, especially considering like just how CG centric it was. What? Oh, this is one thing about episode one that was so good was the voice acting. Like when he was getting like just stabbed, like when he was like running away, um, and like the zombies were just piling on top of him, just ripping him apart. Like that, the voice acting for Denji was phenomenal. That was a very hard to watch scene. Like reading it was one thing. Like it was obviously brutal reading it as well. But that was such phenomenal voice acting. And honestly, whoever has to do the English dub version of that, I applaud you because you're gonna just get. I don't know if someone's gonna be able to top that. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, the English dub I think is out already. I think it came out last week if I'm correct. I
Oh
don't
really?
I
That's
don't
actually fast.
I know I was surprised about that too because I feel like it takes them like more than like maybe I don't know maybe around like 8 episodes or even sometimes like I'm pretty sure of JoJo's they did it like after the whole thing was over with if I'm correct.
Yeah,
But
I mean, well now they're doing it like one at the same time with how part six is working, which again part six. Oh, dude, I'm gonna like when part seven gets animated. That's just gonna be this podcast. Like, dude, I have so much to talk about. I have read part seven of JoJo like 80 times.
I haven't read it at all, so maybe I'll be a newbie there.
A knower soon. We'll go through it. We'll go through the episodes week by week.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Oh,
But
dude, that'll be the goal. But for now, Chainsaw Dog, which by the way, oh, dude, my boy, my guy, oh, I love him. He's my favorite. And okay, actually, so So this actually kind of reminds me. This is gonna be a very weird thing to bring up, or not a weird thing, but this is actually probably what my favorite thing about, like, I guess why Chainsaw Man gripped me so much. I've studied this, like, kind of like just basic like writing and narrative theory. Um, there's two different ways that you can kind of talk about a character, or when you're going over a character's backstory and you're like learning more about them. There's two different things that you can do. One, you can have a character say what happened, and two, you can be shown what happens between two characters. And generally speaking, the second way is more effective because it feels like you're obviously living the characters you're living the character's past and you're experiencing it in real time. And I'm not just talking about like the first episode in general, like learning about like how Denji's living situation, how awful his life is, but there's also a lot to be shown in just like that little like 10-second flashback of Denji um as a kid encountering Pachida, and like when he saw him injured and stuff like that. And this is kind of what let me realize that this writer really knows what he's doing, because a lot of series will kind of how tell you what a character is like and tell you what a character went through. But in that really short interaction between Denji and Pachida when they were both kids, Denji's was faced with the responsibilities of somebody else. And instead of like being like, "Oh, I'm just going to run away from this problem," he already feels like this necessity to face it, but not even just that. As like he gets a bond with Pachida because Pachida was also like a lower end demon and was injured. He apps instead of like, to take his frustrations out on him and to uh just kill Pachida as well, or to run away from the situation. He helps him out but also helps himself out, and like it's small little things like that that just help grow your character, like help realize what kind of character Denji is, that he's caring but he's also not stupid and he knows how to use things that are in front of him. And that's another huge thing that I really like about Denji, because it feels like a lot of shonen protagonists are just like dumbasses,
Yeah, they're kind of
and
bozos.
they're just, I mean, and sure, Denji's a bozo. Like he's you know like in one sense, like, he just literally likes boobs and he just literally wants to get bitches. But like, I mean, one that everyone does. So like, you're a bozo too. But but like, like he doesn't feel like, he feels like a person. He doesn't feel like a trope. Like he doesn't feel like he's like just trying to fit this mold of like shonen MC. Like he really is just an outstanding MC through and through. He is probably my favorite character in Chainsaw Man, which is like, I mean, that's not really that difficult to say, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's just something really intriguing about Denji, and I really like him. I'm really glad with all the directions that like the anime is taking as well. As VC is phenomenal, but I don't know. There's also just something about the manga, like his art, the manga artist's work is also just fantastic, and I don't think CG will ever be able to replicate it.
Yeah, that dude, that art is so sick.
Because there's a special, I think that one work, which, I mean, I'm sure we're also, I'm kind of trying to remember which chapter this was in, but you know that one frame where Denji's in like his demon form, and he's like hunched over the cross, like in
Oh,
that
the one,
graveyard.
yeah, the one we saw earlier. Yeah, dude, I love that
Dude,
one. That one's so
that is
cool.
literally one of my favorite panels. I love that panel so much. He has a really good use of like, he knows when to use white space. He knows when to shade. um, oh, dude, it is such a great panel. He's such a great artist, and that's another reason why I'd be like very much leaning towards like, read this, because his art is really just something to look at.
Yeah,
It's so phenomenal. I love his. It's everything looks so sharp and straight, and he has such a great like direction when it comes to the design as well.
yeah. I want to talk about a scene later on in the manga that I kind of like, and I have like a funny image that goes with it. They'll probably put on screen later on, but um, I had all right. The other thing I was gonna say, relating to the one thing before we kind of go on to like All right, if you want to go on the spoiler stuff,
I'm
um,
cool with that.
so when you said about how he's like such a good written character, because before I read Chainsaw Man, I only really saw some of my friends in my one Discord server kind of talking about it, and they're like, oh yeah, he's a horny main character. He wants to touch boobs and shit. I'm like, okay, this dude's definitely a one dimensional protagonist. I'm definitely not gonna like this dude. But nah, you literally summed it all up. He's literally such a fucking badass. He's literally such a good written character. It's amazing. Like I think everyone in the main three is written really good. I think they're
Oh
all
yeah.
really good. I mean, even beyond that, like I wouldn't say Makima's part of the main. Well, I mean she's not part of the main three, but I don't know. I guess her writing is pretty good. I feel like she's not as developed as like the main three, but she's definitely a really good character though.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's a bad character. I think she's a bitch, but that's beside the point.
Which actually probably would make her a pretty good character, because if you have to hate a fictional character, I feel like they're written really good. Because take like Gabby from Attack on Titan, for example. Like,
No, I hate Gabby.
exactly, there you go. If it's a fucking
Oh
character you hate
man.
from an anime, I feel like they do like a good job of making you hate them. Like,
Yeah, I guess my big thing with Gabby, I don't know if I want to get too into AOT because I could go on a rant about Gabby for hours, but do you think, just really quick, we'll sum this up. Do you think you were supposed to like Gabby or do you think you were supposed to hate her?
um, I don't. I think it's in the middle. I think you're just supposed to interpret her how you want to, because she's pretty much essentially Aaron too, like, except from the opposite side. So
Right.
technically, you could say either one. Like, I don't know, if you're rooting for the Marleyans, then yeah, I would say Gabby's. Yeah, you would like Gabby. But if you're rooting like for like the Eldians, then yeah, you'd probably hate Gabby. So like the whole thing of Attack on Titan is like perspective. Like that's their whole thing that they try to go with, is like you can't just like take one world's like perspective of it. Like the whole thing, in my opinion, I feel like the whole thing of Attack on Titan is how you perceive it. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair. That's fair.
But yeah. Anyway, do you want to get into the spoiler stuff?
All right, let's get into it. I'm about to drop the worst bombshell on all of you. You ready for this?
So
Three.
spoilers is now on. I put the little thing. I made a
Oh,
little text thing that says spoilers. So
okay. All right. All right. She's wearing pads, bozo. She's wearing breast pads. Fuck all of you.
yeah,
That's
they
the worst. That's the worst spoiler in Chainsaw Man. She's wearing breast pads, losers.
is wearing breast pads.
Yeah.
So I guess we can start in like the first, I guess, main arc. I guess you'd say this, the samurai sword one.
Yeah.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts
That
on that arc?
it's good. It's a solid. It's a very solid opening arc. The villain is like opening villains are also like a very complicated thing for me to go over. It's definitely like if someone sat down with me and was like, "All right, I want you to bring up the best opening villains of all time." I wouldn't even like this villain wouldn't even pop into my head. Like
Yeah,
I would not talk about them at first. Now granted, we're also talking about someone who's read it or watched like over 70. Like I'm hitting 70 soon. Once I'm done Code Geass, I'll be at 70 actually.
I'm
But
struggling to think of like a good first villain, at least for me, because like I'm thinking of all the ones I've watched recently. So you've got the samurai sword. Since I'm starting One Piece, I would say the first like villain you could say is Buggy. I'm counting him as like a first villain. For Attack on
yeah,
Titan, I'd probably say the female Titan. I mean, yeah, technically you
yeah,
could say the other two, but like
I would
Aaron.
say the female Titan's probably the first major villain, and I would also One Piece is complicated because I would say that the first major villain is like I break out One Piece in sagas, not in arcs.
Mm-hmm.
And the final villain of the East Blue saga is phenomenal. His name's Arlong. You'll mention. I consider him like the opening villain of One Piece.
Oh
Um,
really?
yeah, that's who I would consider anyway. He's up after because again, a lot of it has to do with how I break down arcs themselves, and so or how I break down One Piece myself. You're technically right that the first villain is Buggy, or I guess it would be Captain Morgan actually, which both of them are kind of whatever. Buggy's whatever, Morgan's whatever. I do like the like blade guy from Syrup Village, Captain whatever. I don't
Captain
remember his name.
Kuro, because it means Captain Black in Japanese.
Uh-oh.
I know that
But
because what is it? I'm pretty sure in Danganronpa there's. Well, I don't want to spoil Danganronpa. Well, anyway, Kuro is black, and then what is the other one? Shiro is white.
okay,
That's how I know that. But
got it. But yeah, no, I mean, most of those early One Piece villains or whatever. For I would say that for me, the best like opening, like right out the gate villain, is yeah, it's a tough one. This is like again, I've seen a lot, so I don't really know what I would call like probably Dio, to be honest.
yeah, I guess
Dio's
Dio would
probably
be
the
it.
one that I would rate the highest out of a right out of the gate villain. I also am very biased for Dio, so like I know that a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but people are like, Dio's whatever. I think that Vegeta is another really good example, but I don't know how many Dragon Ball enjoyers there are in chat, um but yeah, no, I mean Swordsman, it was okay. It's a good opening arc. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good
It
opening arc.
it does what it needs to do. It's I don't want to say it's textbook because a lot of Chainsaw Man is not very textbook, which is what makes it really good. Like it does all the right things in the wrong way in the right way, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
In terms of writing
I
anyway.
literally watched a whole video on that the other day. How like essentially Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer are like complete opposites.
Oh my dude, it's actually like crazy. Like both, because um, it's kind of funny because like okay, so there's two different writing styles. Like I'm trying to remember what it was called, but there's this like Harvard writing guy who's like, if you're gonna write a protagonist, there's like a couple key components of how you're going to write them, but there's one way that you have to write them to be conveying, and that's that one, they need to have something to lose, and two, they need to have something to gain. So at this point, it's funny because Denji actually has everything to lose and everything to gain because from the beginning he had nothing, but then gained more than he had and has the capability to both gain more and lose more. So the writer's actually taking advantage of both very well. And it's the same thing with Tanjiro, where he's taking advantage of both really well, but also kind of isn't, because Tanjiro kind of does have nothing to gain or to lose. Um, but also off of that sense, Tanjiro's very like innocent and very like it, best. The best way to describe this is that Tanjiro is the very basic MC that I look at and I'm like, yes, that is a shonen MC.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
Shonen
Denji's
MC.
just fucking wild. Like Denji's like the total opposite of a shonen MC, and it's what makes him a great shonen MC.
I would agree. What was I gonna say? So I don't know. I feel like Samurai Arc is kind of cool. Also, the one thing I want to point out is anyone that fucking ships Denji and Makima or like fucking Denji and I was gonna say Kobeni. I don't think that's her name. Uh, Kobeni's the she's like the shy girl, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What is
I'm
the one
bad with
girl's
the
name?
names, man. So
Uh, the one girl with the eye patch that literally just got introduced in like this most recent episode. If you guys
yeah,
are shipping her and Denji or fucking Makima and Denji, you're a fucking weirdo because that's literally pedophilia, bro. He's literally 16. They're both definitely above 16, like or 18. I mean, like
yeah,
get fucking real.
yeah. I
But
mean, honestly, shipping Denji with anybody's a little sus, but like whatever. I mean,
except for the person that's in this next arc that is by far my fucking favorite arc in the whole story. The
oh, dude, it's gonna be
Bomb Girl
so good when it
arc, Bomb Girl arc is my favorite arc in Chainsaw Man. It's such a good arc. Um,
it is very phenomenal. Yes.
so since we have the spoiler thing up, I can talk about it all I want. So essentially, what happens in like the Bomb Girl arc is after Denji just had his date with Makima, they went out. They were watching movies all day. He's like, "Damn, I don't think I could ever like anyone besides Makima." And this girl gives him a flower, and he takes it and he fucking starts chomping on it for some reason. I don't know why. he's just like, oh, I guess I'll munch on that. He wanted a quick little
True.
snack, and he goes into a phone booth. I think he was gonna call maybe Aki or something. I don't remember why he goes into it, or maybe it's because it's raining, and this other girl comes in, and they're like talking, and Denji gives her the flower, and she's like, oh, you should stop by my cafe at some point, and he's like, okay. So essentially, like, they go and they hang out. They're hanging out for a bit, and essentially she's like, yeah, have you ever gone to school? And he's like, nope, never gone to school. They go to school, they hang out, and eventually, like, they go swimming, and that's the first time Denji sees a girl, you know, with no breast pads this time.
True.
And she teaches him how to swim. And then eventually, like, they're going, and like, I think they like walk out of there, and I don't know if it's in that same time period or what, or like, no, it's like the next day or something. They go to like a festival, and she's like, hey, would you want to go and like leave this whole area with me and just like explore the world or something? And he's like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm kind of stuck on like limitations here, and also I really like Makima, so I don't know. And she's like, no, do it. And then like she goes for a kiss, and she fucking rips his tongue out, like. And he's like, what the fuck? What, bro? What's going on? And eventually, I think that's the point where Beam comes in, which, if you don't know who Beam is, he's probably the best character in the show. Wink, wink. That's who my profile picture is. And he comes in for the scene. He's like, nah, bro, I got you. He's like, don't fuck with her, bro. And she's like, oh, well, I guess you kind of pissed me off. And so she goes and she pulls the fucking pin from her back, and she's one of the like devil human mixes. And like, oh, just that whole arc is so fucking good, because like the Bomb Girl arc, I genuinely think Bomb Girl is one of the scariest fucking villains in the show. Like, the way she just like, she's super smart with how she uses her power, and she's just fucking terrifying. Like, all you have to do is get near her and you're donezo, dude. Like, you've got fucking, what's his name? You got Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Yeah, guys, look at me. I got sweaty palms and they blow up. Nah, dude. You got fucking Bomb Girl. She throws her fucking head at you and you're donezo, dude. Like, oh, he's so cool. She's so cool. I love Rize, and I think Rize x Denji is the best ship in the show. Just gonna be honest with you.
Facts. Dummy facts.
That is, I love that arc so much.
It is, oh dude, it is definitely a goated arc. Which actually, okay, I'm gonna kind of do a very quick backtrack to just make one quick note out, because I just remembered this.
Mm-hmm.
Like right before the Bomb Girl arc, the one thing about the first arc that I do like and do want to note is the villain of the first arc, like the dude that Denji fights in the train that cuts off both of his arms. I love his design. Fucking phenomenal design.
What, who's Samurai Sword?
Yeah.
He does have a really good design, I will say that. And I think the other thing that is kind of cool about him is he's like the grandson of the mafia guy. So
yeah,
he's like, nah, bitch, you're paying these debts, dude. You're not getting out of this like debt free. Like,
and then Denji's just like, okay, bozo. But
oh, also the fucking ball kicking part. That part was amazing. Him and Aki taking turns to kick his fucking nuts. That shit was pretty. That was amazing. But,
fire, dude.
But yeah, anyway,
back to the Bomb Girl arc. So that is definitely one. The Bomb Girl was like just, was a great villain. I think one of my favorite things about her, especially, was I liked that. It felt like, the fight felt better because of the relationship that she had with Denji, and like obviously like she was weird, like obviously like she was strange, and you were like, okay, who is this? But because of the fact, so we know that Denji's goal is literally just like pretty much to get laid, and kind of just to have a girlfriend and live a somewhat normal life. Because he doesn't have a very close relationship with like any of the other main females yet, it feels like where the story's at, everything that happens with Bomb Girl, it feels believable, and like the entire time you're actually thinking like Denji could run off with this chick.
Yeah,
This could happen. It was such a smart time to do this. There's a lot of there's a lot of stories that do something like this where they bring in a new romantic interest, but like it's too far in and you're like, okay, this is stupid. We know what's gonna happen. But like with this, you're like, holy crap, this actually could happen. Like this is a thing that could like so there's a sense of tension in throughout the whole arc. I don't know if I want to say tension, but like nothing is developed enough yet that it's out of the realm of possibility that Denji could have just left. I mean, obviously we know what happens and that doesn't happen, but like in the
yeah,
moment you're like, "Huh, this is an interesting direction for the writer to take." And it's that usage of old theming, like, something that a lot of other stories do, but using it in a way that other stories haven't, that I really liked here in Chainsaw Man. And that was probably one of the most convincing things about the arc for me. And I also just think, again, Bomb Girl was just one of the best, just probably the best villain
yeah.
in Chainsaw Man as of yet. I think maybe we could get better ones. In my opinion, I think that the final villain is probably going to be Makima, or I don't know why I'm so bad with names. The girl that's in the chainsaw in the picture on the left, I feel like she's probably going to be the final villain. Um,
Wait, Liam, did you not catch up to Chainsaw Man?
uh, there have been a couple. I mean, maybe I missed a couple chapters, but I've read up to like what was it like?
Uh oh,
I'm trying to remember the
I don't
chapter
think he
page.
knows. I don't think he knows.
I might not know. There might have been chapters that I missed out on.
Okay, well, would you want me to cover them later on?
Um, we could probably maybe okay. I'm gonna catch up then. I don't know because I read a couple chapters since it came. Like it went on like a month-long hiatus, and then like I read a couple chapters since it came back.
Well, he officially ended part one, so now it's on part two of the manga. Like the first part was called fuck, what is it called? It's the thing that he's part of, the civilian
The
protection.
demon hunter or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole part is over with already. So there's like a part two, but I don't know anything about part two yet, even though it's like already out. Um, but anyway, the last thing I want to talk about the Bomb Girl arc is just like the way that he fucking defeats her is like it's pretty funny, or like
True,
it's
dude.
kind of it's funny and it's kind of wholesome too, like I don't know if wholesome is the right word, but like it kind of comes full circle because she teaches him how to swim, and I didn't even think of it. I'm like, oh, dude, fuck, this girl is like impossible to beat. Like, how is he gonna beat her, dude? But then, like, I remembered, oh shit, she literally taught him how to swim, and so he just takes her to the ocean, and he's like, yeah, no, you're not gonna do shit here, and he doesn't kill her. He just leaves her alive, and he's like, he's talking to her about it, like afterwards, and like he's talking about why he spared her, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't have feelings for you, dude. It was all an act, and he's like, are you sure? Like, you wouldn't want to just meet up and like, or I don't remember what his exact wording is, but eventually he's like, we could. I still like you even after all of this. Like, if you would want to go out and still eat or something, and she's like, yeah, I don't know about that. And it turns out she does go. She tries to go for it, and Makima says, yeah, nah, he's not for you. He is not for you. And she does something to her, and
Oof. Oof.
so that's why I also really just love Rise as like a character. She's because she's part of that whole thing where like she was saying about how she had education, but she didn't have education either. She was lying. Um,
Yeah.
like I just think Rise is just a really good like character that like yeah sure she doesn't have as much development as like Denji or Power or Aki, but like she is like probably one of the most developed like villains in the show, and I honestly just love her character. She's just so good.
Facts. Yeah, the arc as a whole is just such a treat, and I'm excited to see the anime like just kind of get into that and have more people just kind of be knowers, I guess, fellow knowers in chat,
Bro,
because
literally.
the I have very high expectations for that fight though. That's going to be a very difficult fight to animate, but I think that they'll
They
be able
got
to
it.
do
They
it
got it in the
well.
bag for sure.
Yeah, I think that Mappa should do good with it, and I'm excited to see like kind of what their art direction for it is. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely it's definitely. I'm also like another thing that I'm like very. So censorship in anime is something that like, and I'm very. There's like 8 spots in this arc where I think you well not 8 exactly, but like there's a lot of spots in this arc where I think I kind of know like, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what
Where
you're
there's just
talking
pretty
about.
much straight up either nudity or like borderline nudity, and I'm curious to see how they'll take it. If they're just gonna suck it up and be like, you know what, fuck it, let's just this is for adults anyway. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like I could see them kind of going both ways on this. But I just hope they don't do like because I would rather you not use nudity in your story if you don't handle it right. Like
Yeah.
so allow me to explain like it. So when manga artists are under a certain publisher and they don't want like you to show nipples or something like that in your story, um most of the time like my favorite thing that artists do, and he actually does utilize this, is he uses the speech bubbles to cover up. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, sure, why not? That's a very like for a manga, that's a natural way to do this. But like obviously in the anime you can't do that. And it's so dumb to me when people just make and like in anime they draw characters to pretty much just have human bodies but like without nipples. Like you're pretty much just looking at a character that does not that like is drawn naked but just doesn't have nipples. I'm pretty sure Fairy Tail does this in their anime.
Bruh.
Um but like it to me it's like that is stupid. I'm like that is literally stupid and I hate you for trying to do that because it's just weird and it's unnatural. Like I hope that the animators try to approach this in a semi-natural way. Like even if they need to like add blood or something like well in the swimming scene they're not going to be able to do that, but like add blood to like censor or some shit, that's fine, but like I just hope that they make it natural. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want it to be stupid. That is my only request. I just don't want it to look stupid. But again, I know it's a difficult task because again, in manga, it's a lot easier to censor because again, you have the option of just, you know, putting text bubbles over it, or you can make the lighting specifically tailor made to censor itself. Like I don't, there's a lot of tricks you can do that you can't do in an animation, but whatever. I don't know. We'll see how they take it. I know that was a weird rant, but like I also draw and shit, so like stuff like that bothers the hell out of me.
No, fair enough. Oh, now after the Bomb Girl arc, we've got the International Assassins arc. What are your thoughts on this arc?
It was so okay. Well, just in general, whenever like coming off of a really good arc, my expectations are already like really high. So not that the arc disappointed. I don't think the arc disappointed. I really like the arc.
See, my thing
Um,
of this arc, sorry to cut you off, is I feel like
there
this
you go.
arc is going to be so much better when it's animated because there's some things in this arc that I don't really understand as well, like when it's like on like paper and shit. Because I've had to watch videos explaining this like stuff from this arc, like fucking Santa Claus's character, like that character is one that I like. I don't know, that one
That's a
confuses
weird
me.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do think that this is definitely, I don't know if it's gonna be better animated, but it's gonna be nice to see the difference. Um, I think I don't really know. I don't really have like too. I'm very here nor there about this arc. It was a very it flows into the bomb arc, the bomb girl arc just fine. Like it goes into that arc fine.
Yeah,
It's got
I think
good
the
theming.
transitioning makes sense because it's like, oh shit, yeah, the bomb girl did all this destruction, and everyone is like cheering on Chainsaw Man for fucking kicking her ass, right? And so like, everyone's on the it's on the TVs everywhere, like saying, yeah, the Chainsaw Man is over in he's over here in what's it called, Japan, and so all
Yeah,
the international assassins are like, oh shit, we gotta fucking get this dude. So you got the three brothers from America. You've got Quan Chi from China. I think it's China.
Great
she's
reference.
from. And she's got three. Uh, she's got a harem, or is that what it's called, a harem?
Yeah.
She's got her harem that she brings with her. The Halloween girl, and then the other two, which I don't know if they have names, but and then you've got Santa Claus and her little buddy. I forget what his name is, but and then the last one is the old man, right?
Yeah, that fucking old guy, whatever his name was. I'm so bad with names, man. I've read Bleach like 3 times, and I still couldn't tell you anyone's name except Ichigo and Chad.
Um, but yeah, so you have all of them, and they're like, okay, we gotta get fucking Denji. We gotta get this Chainsaw Man heart. Um, the three bozos, they all fuck up. I don't know. I don't remember how it all happens. I know one of them gets killed by Kobeni's car, and that shit is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like just audibly laughing out loud.
Yeah, Power just fucking runs him over, and she's like, "Whoops," and they're like, "Oh, that guy was a spy," and she's like, "Oh, yeah, no, never mind. That was all me. Sorry, Kobeni, you didn't do shit, bro."
True, dude. Fucking love Power.
That part right there kind of reminded me of Oingo and Boingo from fucking part 3.
Dude, fucking facts.
Oingo and Boingo. What a fucking funny arc in part 3.
So true.
That was a JoJo's reference for people that didn't pick it up, but
The whole video's a JoJo reference.
yeah. And then I forget what happens if I think the old man, he starts spawning in like the rag dolls, or he like starts turning people into like rag dolls that go after them, and like if you get touched by it, you turn into the doll. That shit was creepy.
Dude, yeah, I fucking I love a lot of his powers too. A lot of the powers that this author uses. But yeah, no, dude, that whole part, like that whole shit with the dolls and everything was really cool. Oh, I loved a lot. I think that's actually like probably gonna be the best part about this animated is like a lot of these fights are gonna look so damn good animated. I think that a lot of like the techniques they're gonna use, like I don't know, we'll have to see how they go about some of them, but I'm excited about this one being animated. Not as much as the Bomb Girl arc, but like I think that there's a lot of really cool creative liberty that they can use with a lot of the powers. But yeah, I mean, I kind of have like no real like coming out of the Bomb Girl arc, I had a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but like coming out of this arc, I was just kind of like, this arc is cool. This arc is from Chainsaw Man.
This arc is fucking crazy. Like I mean,
yeah,
it's a crazy arc, but like I don't know what it is. Just it doesn't have the same connection as like the one with the Bomb Girl arc, where you get this close connection to like Denji. Like this one is just like people all going after him.
Yeah, which is fun. It's definitely fun, but it feels, I'm trying to think. It kind of feels like the first half of Death Note compared to the latter half, where the first half of Death Note, like Light and L had a really close dynamic, and so their rivalry was like good. It was fun to watch the two of them go at it. But then in the latter half, and not that N and Light are bad characters, but like N and Light don't feel close to each other. Like there's more happening in the latter half of Death Note. There's a lot more chaos and there's a lot more crazy shit that goes down. But it was the dynamic of L and Light that carried it so much, and that was like the biggest strength of the Bomb Girl arc. And with this one, well, yeah, we got to meet. There's a lot more world building, which is always nice.
Yeah,
like we learn a lot more about the Chainsaw Man world. But like just the relationships, it was. I'm glad that the Bomb Girl arc happened when it happened, because it got me to know that this writer knows how to write character relationships, and I obviously know that stuff like that can't happen in every arc. And so like world building needs to happen, and this is a great arc for it, but it's one that doesn't resonate with me as much as like obviously the Bomb Girl arc did. But it was a good arc, and I'm looking forward to it being animated and stuff, because I think that this arc is really where while the villains aren't as explored and a lot of the other supporting cast isn't, the main trio is so fucking good in this arc.
Yeah,
they are so fucking awesome. I love seeing all of them together in this arc so much, especially like that. This is probably the arc where I'm like, okay, yeah, Power is fucking. I mean, I've liked her from the beginning, but like she had a lot of great moments in that arc.
Dude, and then the big part from that arc is the fucking Santa Claus girl, which I thought the Santa Claus was like the old dude that looked like Santa Claus, right?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Turns out it's the lady, right?
Yep.
And she's like, okay, I am the going to summon the fucking. I'm gonna send us to hell. So she spawns in, or like she has like the 4 kids that she ordered, and the old guy that we thought was Santa Claus, and they all basically they get killed or like they get sacrificed so she can take everyone to hell, and I think she makes a deal with the darkness devil, which that whole scene is so fucking creepy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm excited for, dude. The fucking Among Us all split up, like that's the part I was gonna
Ooh.
talk about. I'm gonna put the image on screen that I saw on fucking TikTok. I just think this image is so funny, and I'll here actually let me send it to you really quick just so you can see it because I
You're
think it's
talking
really
about.
funny.
You're talking about. I think I know exactly which one you're talking about. You're talking about the gravestone panel, right?
Yeah, with the fucking astronauts that are doing like the peace sign, or
Yeah.
not
The
peace, like
the
the hands
praying.
together,
Yeah.
like.
Just bros are pray. Dude, I saw a couple shirts with that panel on it. I'm like, yo, this goes hard as fuck.
Yeah, wait, here. Do I have it? Here, I'm gonna send it in chat with you really quick. But anyway, um, look in the podcast chat.
All right. All right.
And
Yeah.
then the other thing I didn't notice is that at the very end of like that panel, you can see the darkness devil like he's like standing there, and then he comes
Yeah. It's
over.
very vague, but yeah.
Because I didn't see that initially, and then I was looking at it closer. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Something's back there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love that design too. That's like another one of those designs that's just so freaking phenomenal.
Like, I don't know. I mean, this arc does come pretty close to the Rize arc for me because I think this arc is really cool with what they do. But it's just the thing for me that makes me not enjoy it as much is it's really hard to interpret with some of the stuff. I feel like because there's so much happening at once, like,
Yeah.
and you know, it's one of those things where like I don't know. It was kind of hard to read with like so much happening, but I think when they animate it, it's gonna be amazing. And I don't know, maybe it will take over my thoughts of Rise's arc, but I don't think that will happen because I love Rise. I think she's a really cool character. Um,
Yeah.
but
Definitely.
the whole thing of that is the fucking Darkness Devil goes and he fucking rips everyone's arms off and shit or whatever, and he's the Darkness Devil. I'm pretty sure is one of the primal fears or something like that. So he's like literally one of the most powerful demons or
Right. Yeah.
devils. I mean, which I didn't ever talk about this, but I think that the whole concept of devils is really cool in this series. How like the devils are like as powerful as like the power that people give it. So if it's something that everyone like a lot of people fear in the world, like the darkness devil is really powerful because a lot of people fear the dark. Like I think that is such a really cool concept for like how powerful the enemies are. I think it's just so cool. And like with another one of the devils that we'll talk about later on, like one of the main antagonists, I think that's a really cool one too because it's not just like things like you would think of like spiders, the dark, shit like that. It could be concepts too. So,
Death.
but yeah, no, it is so good. Um,
Yeah. No. I definitely agree with that as well. But the one thing that's always so funny to me though is like, so you recall with the first demon in Chainsaw Man. This, I mean, obviously besides Pashida, do you recall what the first demon besides him was?
uh, well, it was the tomato one, right?
Why was that fucker so big? One
Why was
person.
he?
Give me one person who's afraid of tomatoes. I want to meet him. I want to meet him, and I want to shake his hand, and I want to be like, "Thank you for giving me the opening scene of Chainsaw Man, because you are the only guy. You powered that demon, man.
Oh my god, yeah,
The
dude, the
the,
fucking
the
tomato
tomato
devil.
demon. That's fucking wild, dude. Now, there's definitely like, I think I think that that's like probably like going to be one of the most interesting things moving forward as well. Is is like, you know, figuring out like, all the different types of fears that exist, and like coming up with like kind of demons that could like, be based off of them. I don't know. It seems really interesting. It seems really interesting to me. I think that there's like a lot of really cool ideas and concepts that the author can use going forward, and it definitely gets me excited because this is a really cool concept. I like the way that, like, because and this is another way in which, Demon Slayer and this are opposite. Like, in Demon Slayer, the demons are just kind of like, Lamau, I am evil person who is not human. I am undead thing. And in this, it's like, they're concepts or things. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like how in, like, the same thing, like, within JJK, where they're kind of more like, they're more mental based than they are just like people that aren't people anymore, which I mean I guess they kind of are in this too, but like it's more convoluted. But to be fair, I do think that Demon Slayer is a lot more of a character driven story. Like what makes Demon Slayer interesting are the characters within the world rather than what the world is itself. And
Yeah.
I don't want to say Chainsaw Man is the opposite because the characters in Chainsaw Man are phenomenal as well. But like there isn't a character in Chainsaw Man, at least yet, that has made me piss myself crying like Rengoku has.
Nah, fair enough, dude. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then the other thing about that arc is they kill off another few characters. Beam fucking gets killed, which that made me upset. That was very upsetting. Beam gets killed. The Violence Fiend gets killed.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. That was the other thing too. I wasn't expecting like as much death. Like there wasn't really. I don't think there was any deaths up to the point of that arc, and like at least not like in any like notable ones.
I mean, the only notable one up
Better
to
than
that
Pasha.
point was the one girl with the eye patch that I still can't remember her fucking name.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't.
But I mean, she's somewhat significant to the plot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be the scene in the next episode that we didn't talk about that's gonna be fucking disgusting. Surely you remember it. Does he know?
I'm trying to. Hang on. Okay, so next episode is going to be obviously the pad thing. Oh shit. Fuck. Why can't I remember this?
Is it actually? I don't know if it's gonna be next episode or the episode after that, but there's something very fucking disgusting that happens with her.
With the eye patch chick. I'm trying to remember what happens like really early on with her.
And with Denji, it relates to Denji. No clue.
I'm honestly I'm blanking out on this one.
Let's just say she gives him a fucking meal, but it wasn't a it was already like digested meal that she gives him.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be so fucking gross.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Oh, yeah.
But
You're also like reminding me of like just how much I need to go back. I'm literally gonna reread all of Chainsaw Man over the weekend. That is going to be my thing that I'm doing.
I can't really reread it right now because my girlfriend is I gave her the manga to read it, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's gonna have to be my assignment. I'm gonna have to reread this because I'm feeling very, very like unremembery of this. But I guess also to be fair, in the past year and a half, I have read not only my new favorite, but like I think I've watched/read 15 animes and mangas in the past year and a half. I've been on a grind set.
Bro's been grinding.
So yeah, I need to get Chainsaw Man back up and running. I need to put this back in the forefront of my mind.
Not to rush us, but we are at an hour and 13, so we might have to pick up the pace for these last like 2 arcs.
We could. You know what we could do?
What?
Maybe we could like make like a, because we covered like roughly 2 arcs today, right?
We covered, I want to say 3.
I mean, I guess we did kind of talk about the first one, but like we did a little like I don't want to say looser, but maybe we can make like a theme for the next like because it looks like we got about like probably like yeah, like we got about like an hour out of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
maybe
did pretty much get an hour of it.
I mean, maybe we can like hold on, like talk about like
You want to save it for another episode?
Yeah, like maybe next. Well, because we have Chobble next week, right?
Oh, dude, spoiled the guest.
Uh-oh.
That's all right.
Whoops.
Well, Well, now you guys know Chabal's supposed to be on next week for episode number 2. I'm hyped to have him on. I think it's gonna be a fun episode.
Hell yeah. But maybe the week after that, we'll go over the 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man that dropped since, and then we'll go into the next arc and then the current arc.
Okay, that's fine with me.
That way we can like kind of break them down a little bit better, and then that'll also give me a chance. Although I'm a little more pungent about the other two. It hasn't been that long since I've read, obviously, the current arc, but it seems like I'm not. It seems like there's things that I don't know. It seems like I am not a knower, and there are chapters that I have missed. But yeah, I'm gonna reread Chainsaw Man, and then that'll also help me feel a little more prepped about this. But then we also have 2 new episodes to cover as well.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take down the spoiler thing. So we're done talking about spoilers. So, let me see what I had written down here. So, okay, I have a little topic that we can talk about. It's one that I'm very very passionate about. You've heard me talk about it. You said I wasn't vocal enough about it. I hate fucking scalpers, dude. I hate the Funko Scalpers. I hate the fucking Monster High Scalpers. I hate all the scalpers in the world. I think they all fucking suck.
Dude, that
I hate them.
no, I definitely like it's upset to me that like a lot of Funko has become synonymous with like it's become a very Bitcoin-esque thing where like it's just people bullshitting it for like money and seeing who the biggest loser is going to be or until it ends up in the hands of somebody who wants it, which I guess that's not that Bitcoin-esque, but like for okay, one, it's a very weird thing for me, like taking both of this because I'm glad that Funko is starting to like re release a lot of older ones, but I also kind of disagree with them in that sense. But I guess we'll talk about we'll talk more generally about like the people at New York Comic Con, like what you're talking about, like those bozos like re-entering into lines and stuff.
Dude, that shit genuinely pissed me off when me and Sydney were there. Literally, so the way it happened at New York Comic Con, I don't know if I explained this well enough in my video, is you have the regular line, right? The one that you're supposed to be in if you're waiting, and then there was a second line off to the side for, I don't know, I'm assuming it was for the general admission people, the people that didn't get like the access, so like people such as myself. And so we're waiting in that line. And the guy that's right behind me, he was like curious. He's like he has his girlfriend wait there, and he goes and asks the girl, or like the guy that works there. He's like, hey, do you know when general admission's supposed to open up? And I think by this point it was like 5 o'clock already or 4. And keep in mind, general admission was supposed to open around like 3:30 or 4, and so that's why I'm already in line. And the dude tells him, he's like, yeah, no, so general admission probably isn't gonna get hit until like 6 or 7 o'clock, which if you don't know, fucking Comic-Con ends at 7 o'clock. So essentially what they're saying is, yeah, we're not getting general admissions tonight. But a lot of people were still hopeful. They were all waiting in the line. I gave up. I was like, yo, dude, I wish you good luck. Thank you for telling me this, but I'm not gonna waste like my whole day in this line when I can be exploring the rest of Comic-Con. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Apparently, like, and literally right as we walk off, I kid you not, the security comes over and they start clearing people out. They're like, get out of here, you guys aren't, if you guys don't have a reservation, you need to go. Because I guess they're stressed out with how many people are waiting there, which, I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but like, it's kind of on Funko, like, that's their fault. They were behind by like an hour or two. They fucked up on that part. But the thing that I don't understand is why people were going back in line when they clearly had like 2 or 4 bags already. Like, you do not need fucking doubles, dude. And it's ridiculous because then I have to go secondhand market and I have to go and buy these fucking Funko Pops for $80 each when I could have bought them for like 15 fucking bucks, dude. So, I mean, luckily some of the ones I've bought haven't been at 80. Like, for example, I got Guy from Free Guy. I got him for around $40. So that wasn't too bad, but like, that's still 30 more bucks than I should have had to pay.
Right.
Like, and I see these accounts, like, the fucking one account had Luffy, they had 14 of them. This is more so, like, this isn't a Comic-Con issue at this point. This is a fucking Hot Topic issue, because Hot Topic had them shared. How the hell do you have 14 on Mercari? Like, I feel like at that point, my thing is, is I feel like Mercari or like eBay or Funko or like Hot Topic, they need a better way of like fixing this so you can't buy like a shit ton of stock and you can't like, you know, have it all sent to like the same like address. Like for example, if you're ordering from say you're ordering from Hot Topic and I don't know, you're getting a shit ton of like Luffy's or whatever. They should have a limit that you can have 2 per household. There shouldn't be fucking 14. Like they should have a like a system that like tracks. They're like, okay, there's already 2 Luffy's going to this address. Like I don't know how hard it would be to implement that system. It might be pretty hard. I'm not super involved in that whole thing, but like I feel like that'd be a smart way to like stop scalping to some extent. Because you can just make a different like email, you can make a different phone number, like but it's all going to be the same address that they're shipping it to unless they're shipping it to a friend's house, which if you're shipping them to like a bunch of different friends' houses, then I think, you know, I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of unrealistic. I don't think every one of your friends is going to be like, yeah, you're not sending shit to my house. Like,
Yeah, I think that what my what my way of resolving this would be first I know that this is gonna sound like absolutely insane to a lot like if I'm taking this from purely I'm gonna present 3 things that I think would all work.
I want to hear it.
One would be one that would just ultimately stop scalping. What like if they really take this seriously as an issue, this would be the number one way to stop scalping. One would be a less realistic but good issue, and 3 would probably be their most. My third way would probably be the most realistic way of addressing this. One, my first issue is that Funko knows which Funko Pops are going to be sold more.
They're
They know this.
knowers.
They know which ones people are going to be scalping because they know which ones people like the Luffy one. Anybody who is caught up on One Piece knows how serious and important this Funko Pop is. I'm not gonna get into it because One Piece is. If you spoil One Piece, you're a shithead. I'm sorry. Um, because there's so much to it, and like if anyone ever wants to pick it up, part of the experience is knowing what happens throughout it. So I won't say anything more. But this is an important Funko Pop. If you're a One Piece fan, this is probably your favorite One Piece Funko Pop. It's mine by far. So this is one that's valuable and sentimental to people.
And Funko
Um,
knows this because literally, I don't know if you saw this, but they on their TikTok they have like a giveaway they're doing that has it signed of all of like the voice actors for the what is it called, the Straw Hats. Did
oh,
you?
dude, like, yeah, like this is so Funko knows which ones are important or not based on like the fan base, how prevalent the character is, whether or not it has a chase. I think that if a Funko Pop has a certain like sales, like the Rengoku one, we know the Rengoku one is gonna sell like hotcakes when it comes out. They should not be buyable online until a week after they've released. That is like one, they should not be buyable online until a week after release, and then 2 in person.
Wait,
You should
wait. I got a question for you about that. Like when you say they shouldn't be buyable like until like a week after, like what do you mean by that? Like
they should not show up online to buy until they are available in person 1 week after.
why why that exactly? I'm just
Um
curious.
so this has a lot more to do with shipment, and that's just because why I say a week in particular is because that means that most stores have probably gotten it in stock. So a lot of places generally get them in a different time, get different things in at different times.
Yeah.
So that's kind of more of a shipment thing. Why I say specifically 1 week.
Okay.
And another reason why I say 1 week is because you don't typically want to do when it comes to sales, you want to differentiate on like you want to keep your online sales and your in-store sales like stocked differently. So if you give a week, it can kind of help you figure that out better, like who's going to be buying it online and who's not going to be. And I think that generally speaking, keeping it in person is better. While I know that it's difficult for people who don't want to go into stores, they still have the option to buy it online. But it would alleviate a lot of scalping if the option to buy it in person was first. Um, Rather than the option to buy it online, because I do think that when it comes to collectibles, especially ones that you know people scalp, like So, like, for an example, Sony should have never allowed the PlayStation 5 to be buyable online. Never. Dumb idea. Really stupid.
Yeah,
Uh,
because the thing of online is people can just make bots and shit that buy them all out. In person, you
yeah.
can't do that. You have to physically be there to buy it.
And it can be restricted a lot better. I know that there's,
Yeah,
like, convenience and, like, see, this
like
is the problem with scalping, too, is that companies generally don't care because, like, they still made their money. They sold their product. They don't care.
and like the thing is, sorry to cut you off on this. Like as annoying as it was for me that I wasn't able to get the going merry with Luffy when you went to get it because they gave that limit. I think that's a good thing that they did a limit of one because you said the person in front of you looked like a fucking scalper. So I think a
Yeah.
limit of one for Comic Con pops especially is like completely fine. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be a limit of two. That's fucking ridiculous. And like
Yeah, no.
I get it.
I
I'm sorry if there's like, you know, say you have like a father and son and like they both really love One Piece. Like one per house is fucking fine. Like you're literally gonna be able to just walk down to the other side of the house and just see it if you really want to see it so badly. Like I don't really
yeah, I
see how
agree.
it's an issue.
No,
So
I agree with that. And then and the great thing about one per person as well is that then so this is a system that I think that they should already employ. Like when any store knows that they have like a major Funko Pop that's coming in and they're selling it, you should be required to have an account with them. So like uh if you have like a Hot Topic account, you should be required to have a Hot Topic account and like, one tied with your name, one tied with one time with your name, your address, everything, and has all the information in it, but one that's also made a purchase within the past few months, as well as multiple purchases in like the past. That way, like they
oh,
can
so
like
it's
look at
more
it.
realistic. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Correct. This is something that they already should implement. But if you're going to buy one of these pops, you should have to have a Hot Topic account or a Box Lunch account or whatever, or FYE, whatever it is. You should have to have one that has notable human-looking purchases that way
Yeah.
you can't go in like you could still scalp if you went into a Hot Topic and then you had a different Hot Topic account, went into a different Hot Topic and used that one. But you'd have to have one account that has multiple transactions, like human looking normal interactions and purchases, and then you can get it that way. Because I mean, like, let's be honest. If you buy Funko Pops and you collect them, you're going to already have that. This isn't going to be an issue. The only person that's
Yeah.
going to have an issue having a Hot Topic looking account is people who pretty much just scalp. And I do think that you would maybe run into problems if, like, it's someone's first time being at Hot Topic and they're just making an account. Um,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, they have at Hot Topic, you have ways of like looking up people's names and seeing if they already have an account. So like, if someone like goes into a Hot Topic and is like, "Oh, I'd like to make an account," like they're scalping and they're like, "Oh, I'd like to make an account," you can look up their name and you can tell that they have another account and shit like that. And there's ways that they can like prevent it or at least make it more difficult for people to scalp because people might not if they make it way too convoluted, and it's really not that difficult to make it more like it's not hard to make it more difficult
It really
to
isn't.
to scalp, and they're not trying, but I get it. Like as a company, you don't make any more or less money to put in these extra layers of defense. So like from a business perspective, I get it, but like also like you should be trying to please your clientele.
Exactly. Like
So it definitely is really just frustrating.
so what are your other two methods?
Well, besides the account thing, I think that like what the most, so that was the account thing. That's like the medium one. Like that's like, that's kind of realistic. Um, but I think that the best thing that they can really do to alleviate this, and this is kind of more um, of like a widespread thing that I think is pretty realistic. But eBay, whatever other resale place,
Mercari,
yeah,
whatnot.
if they notice that something came out yesterday and people are selling multiple of it, ban their ass.
Yeah, that literally
Ju-
should be what they should do. Like, like what I was gonna say earlier, because I don't know if I said it or not. Like with the guy with the 14 of them, like I feel like what they should do is if someone does realistically have 14 of them for some fucking reason, which there was a guy that I saw the other day that there was apparently a Luffy restock, and the dude bought all 200 and some of them, which is fucking crazy to me, because one, where are you getting the money from, and two, that's so fucking bullshit for anyone that wanted to actually get it. But anyway, for that, like, I feel like, and I feel like they should have, like, some kind of, like, limit at least, like, if they really want to prevent it in, like, a simpler way. Like, they see that you have, like, say, you know, you made the listing for Luffy, and then they look, and they see that you're trying to make another one, they should just be like, okay, well, this has the exact same name, it's pretty much the same picture, you can't sell this, you have to wait, like, until you sell this one, or like a week or something. Like, I feel like that would work, too, if they just, like, a waiting time for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And another thing that I think would be nice is like I also just want the companies to start taking this more seriously. Like I genuinely think that scalping should I know so like I know that this is going to sound actually no, this isn't crazy. Fun fact. Do you want to know a fun fact?
Let's hear it.
If you buy a 12 pack of Sprite, right?
Yeah.
Like a 12 pack cans of Sprite and resell them, Sprite has the legal authority to sue you. Why in the fuck does this not apply to things where people actually do this?
Yeah, that's
Like,
fucking
why
weird.
doesn't Funko have the right to sue your ass for doing this?
I mean,
And better yet, why doesn't Funko sue people's asses for doing this? Like, they have the right to. You can't, like, I could literally get sued and thrown in jail for buying a 12 pack of Sprite and selling it to you for less than the money I bought it for.
even on, like,
That's
Macari and
insane.
stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I like literally just think about this for a second. If I went to the store, bought Sprite and sold it to you for 1 cent, I could have the potential to get into more legal trouble than going to Hot Topic, stocking out their Funko Pops and reselling them for 10 times profit. That's insane.
That
Like that's
is fucking
genuinely
insane.
stupid. Like
What?
yeah, like and it's so funny because like literally like so this is literally all Funko needs to do. I know that this would get a little so that okay, this is kind of the problem because it is a collectible, so there's a little more legality issue to this because like obviously like on a Sprite can you can just put not for resale and it becomes a little like no one's gonna resell soda after like 6 months or something like that, but like Funko Pops were kind of meant to be resold, just not in the scalping way.
Yeah.
Like because I do buy some Funko Pops holding on to them knowing they're gonna be worth money in the future. That's like some I own for that purpose. I'm not scalping them, I only own one and I know that it's going to improve value over time, so
Which one's
reselling
that?
Funko Pops.
The Luffy?
I own two of the Sweet Victory SpongeBob pops.
Oh, okay.
I own one for my own sake, and I own one because I know that's gonna be like. And I didn't. And again, I didn't scalp this. I found one when it came out, and then they had a restock, and I was literally just walking around the mall and found the other one, and I'm like, oh shit! Like this was days after it dropped, and I saw it, and I'm like, shit, this is gonna be worth money someday. I'll cop it. Um, and so like, but yeah, like they should have like labeling on the Funko Pop that it says like this Funko Pop cannot be resold in this time frame, or this like they should put like a 5 year thing, like a maybe not 5 year, like 1 year maybe, that like oh like if they just put on the boxes not for resale within this time, and then you buy something from the scalper, they would then be legally obligated to refund you the money of that Funko Pop to its base value.
See, my only thing with this, if like the whole like reselling thing is like, what about the people that genuinely like can't get it? Like for example, when I was over in like Westminster for like I was checking out like the toy store that's over there, right? They don't have a Hot Topic over there, or like not one that's like close enough, right? So what about the people that like aren't close enough? They don't have it. They don't have the money to drive over there or whatever. Like I mean, yeah, sure you're going over to buy a collectible, but like, what are the people that genuinely want to get it? Or are you saying like on like reselling just because in this like ideal, I guess I don't want to say world, but in that ideal situation, like they'd just be able to buy it in like the regular Funko store or Hot Topic store or whatever. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. Because I was gonna say,
Like,
what about the people that aren't able to get it? But that makes sense then.
yeah. I would say that no, like the point that I was getting to more about like, canceling like reselling of it, like literally all they need to do is just put something on it that just says that this item cannot be resold until such and such date.
Yeah.
Maybe like just like a year after manufacturing date, which they could just put on the bottom. Out of sight, out of mind, but again, like if if literally it just had that text on it, then if you buy a Funko Pop from a scalper and then just be like, "Oh, hey, this person resold this," um, and then their ass would be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's that easy. Like there's a and the thing is that Funko wouldn't technically even need to get into any legality of it because like you can bring that into their attention and then they can like it's a simple solution, and again I know that they're probably not going to do it, but it's the easiest one and the most straightforward one because again it's I mean how many times have you heard about like Coca-Cola suing somebody for reselling like Sprite products or some shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, but like it would make it possible. But because of how much more like serious people take Funko Pops over like soda or some shit, like I think that this is something that could work, and it would be some deterrent. I don't think it would stop scalping, but I definitely do think it would like the fear of getting in legal trouble
Would
may
definitely like deter
stop
them.
people. Yeah, it may stop people. It wouldn't prevent it completely, but like I would like to see some sort of a cork put into it in general, and I feel like Funko could definitely try harder.
Yeah. All right. I have one thing I wanted to talk about before we wrap it up here. Oh fuck, what was it I was gonna say? I literally okay, no, I do remember. So there is, in my opinion, there is a modern solution that could stop scalping, but it's most likely never gonna happen because society just isn't patient, and that's FOMO. Fear of missing out. FOMO is the reason why scalpers get so much money that they do. It's because people can't wait for the fucking prices to drop, wait for the fucking restocks to happen. FOMO is literally the reason why scalpers get so much money. That's literally the big issue. Like with fucking Luffy, um, you know, I think the first week he came out, he's probably like a $400 pop, maybe. I know, maybe it is a bit more than that. Like I feel like I even saw like the con sticker for like $1,000 the first day of Comic Con.
Jeez.
And then like maybe the Sheridan was like 400, but like as time went on, like over these past few days, you can find Luffy for, I think it's like probably a low of like $60 now, which that's still $30 above retail, but like you're not paying at least like $300 $400 more. So I just think people need to be a bit more patient when it comes to Funko Pops. That's what I've tried to do. That's
I
why
agree.
I
Yeah.
didn't want to buy Luffy right away. And I mean, spoiler alert for my next video, whenever it does come out, I did end up buying Luffy for a bit, above retail. I paid $70 more. I got him for 100 and I think it was like 100 or so. But
Mm.
yeah, like so, and like either way, it's still gonna be hard to find Luffy because I've been keeping an eye on like restocks and shit, and every time they
They
get
just haven't been
restocks,
happening.
no, they've been happening. Like it's very slow restocks. It's not like I don't know if you pay attention to like what like Hot Topics get, but like recently they've been getting these like Hello Kitty ones, like and
Right.
all the stores are getting them. It's not like that. Like it's like I see like one store in California gets one in Utah gets one. Like I haven't seen any in Pennsylvania get any, but that's not me doxing. I'm pretty sure I've stated before I live in Pennsylvania. I'm not gonna discreet which area, obviously, but like, you know, I haven't seen any in here. But I'm sure maybe eventually they will. But either way, what I was gonna say is like they get three of them, and then they sell out within like an hour, or like they some have gotten them in the middle of the day and they sell it within like an hour, or they'll get them in the morning and they sell it within an hour. Like it's just they sell it just really quick. It's a really hot pop, like you said. It's a really important pop. But anyway, that was my final 2 cents. I was gonna say with the Funko stuff before we wrap it up here. Um, I do want to say I'm very happy with how this turned out this first episode. I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a lot more interesting than my first episode that I did, which was just a lore dump of my YouTube channel and shit. Which I don't know. Maybe some people would be interested in that. I don't really think it's as interesting, but I think talking about Chainsaw Man, Funko Pops, and Dead by Daylight is pretty fun, if you ask me. But do you have anything final you want to say, Liam?
Nah. I mean, I think that especially with the scalping stuff. I mean, honestly, like people can spitball ideas all day, but again, like the only way that we're really gonna get a solution. Well, there's ultimately two ways we're gonna get a solution to it, and that's one, people just learning to wait and like letting, because again, it's the same premise with Bitcoin. If ultimately the way to make money on this is to just let someone lose. Let the people who scalp waste their money.
Yeah.
And let it decrease in value. Like let the item decrease in value and then buy it like once they've like held on to it for long enough. Like that's probably the best solution because like it also teaches scalpers a lesson and like I hate I hate people like I would hate for Funko to have to go through all the effort of doing something new just to address shitty people. I would rather the shitty people just get punished. I would rather them lose a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That is the world for me. Them being negative on money, losing money, like that is my ideal world where they get fucked. Like that is the best solution. Which is I mean, legal issue would also be great. Like seeing okay, maybe seeing people sent to jail over this isn't the best idea. Like maybe that's a little bit too far, but
Yeah.
like seeing them face legal trouble would be nice as well. But you know, just not buying stuff like ultimately helps as well. But again, we have to just kind of wait, like just let people know, like, hey, sometimes waiting for something is good. I mean, I guess it's not always as easy as that, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wish that people weren't shitty and didn't take advantage of people like that. But whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, is there any final things you'd like to say about the podcast today? Because I like it. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I felt this is a pretty good podcast. As Matthew Cote would say, I think we did a pretty good job so far.
No, I'm happy about it. I mean, it seems like the nice thing too is it also feels like um, as we've been talking, a lot of this stuff has like kind of come pretty naturally. I mean, obviously we've had like topics we've wanted to stick to, but like I mean, I feel like we could have talked about like any of these. I feel like we could have made whole episodes about, but I hope that people watching this kind of get to know now that like that this is kind of like this is the stuff. This is all like the area. I feel like we've pretty much covered every genre that we are going to cover. I mean, I think that
Exactly.
we could have whole episodes on Dead by Daylight. I think we could have whole episodes on Chainsaw Man.
Or just
I think
manga
we could have
or
whole,
anime in general.
yeah, absolutely. And I think we could have whole episodes just talking about Funkos. I was actually I don't want to say this because I don't want people to expect this, but I did actually have a really cool idea of something that we could do for like a podcast episode in general.
Oh, dude.
Um,
Yeah. Do you want to tell me after the stream, or do you want to say about it now?
no, well, I'll talk about it after, and maybe we can see how we can implement it. And just to not spoil people, since I already spoiled the gifts for next week.
Oh yeah, no. Which, by
But
the way, guys, stay tuned for that because I think that's gonna be a fun episode of Chobble. That'd be. I'm really excited. He's been wanting to be on the podcast for a very long time. He would message me about it like every month or so, and be like, hey, can I be on the podcast? Can I be on the podcast? And
don't
I'd
worry,
always be like,
Chapel.
yeah, yeah, no, next week, and then it just never happens. So next week we definitely probably will have Chobble on, and I'm so
See,
excited for that.
it's a good thing that I said it maybe then, because now he has to do it. He can't duck out of this one.
Oh well,
No
no,
backing out.
that wasn't his fault. That was my
Oh,
fault.
okay.
Yeah, he wasn't
Oh,
dodging.
okay, gotcha. All right, bet then. Well then, I guess next week we'll be back. Well, although the normally we're shooting for Fridays, right? That's gonna be when the podcast is normally.
Yeah, Fridays around 5 p.m. I'm not sure if we're always gonna live stream it or not. I just wanted to do that for this first one because I think that'd be kind of fun. But I,
Gotcha. Yeah.
like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident about this. I think it's gonna be a fun thing. Gives
Yeah.
me
No,
something
definitely.
motivated. Gives us like content to talk about. Like, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty fun.
Definitely.
But with that being said, if you guys aren't subscribed already to me or Liam, please feel free to do so down below. If you're on Twitch, you can just do !YouTube. If you want to send yours in the chat, you're more than welcome to, Liam. But
yeah, let me get my link quick, actually.
But
I'll do that quick.
Like I said, guys, we're always gonna be live streaming these on Fridays around 5 p.m. That is the goal. I know today is Thursday, but Liam had something this week where we couldn't do it on Friday. But like I said, next week we should have Chobble on. Hopefully, I'm hoping things don't change, but yeah, we'll have to see. Oh shit! What? Really, Nightbot?
Aw, dang.
Bro, what the fuck? Okay.
Nightbot trolled me. It's fine. It's fine.
Here we go. I'll do it.
We can, when you post it, just put my YouTube. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
But yeah, no. The only reason why we didn't do it today was because I am seeing the One Piece movie tomorrow. So I mean, normally this is gonna be on Fridays, but I figured that either like Saturdays/Thursdays will be like our makeup day if it doesn't work out to happen on a Friday.
Yeah. But with that being said, guys, like I said, check out our links down below. I'll be giving content updates on Twitter as per usual. If you want to follow me there, it's just default EVM. And also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I officially have the link for my YouTube channel now as default official, because I'm the official default. You know, there's no other person named default.
He is.
Unfortunately,
I mean, I took it from him, so I'm the official default. But
oh, you're the one that took official default, huh? Okay.
I'm the one that took default EVM.
I didn't choose default EVM. I'm straying away from that. Well, maybe we'll talk about that next time. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Peace.
Peace.